Hi there, I'm Charlotte. The 5 core Chinese characters and 4 basic strokes we are going to learn today are the basic parts of learning Chinese characters. These characters, 一、二、三、四、五, are the ones we used most frequently in our daily life, and they are the foundation of building the world of Chinese characters. These 4 basic strokes, 点、提、横折、横撇, are the key to writing Chinese characters. Mastering these Chinese characters and strokes today is a crucial significance for us to further learn Chinese characters and improve our Chinese proficiency. Now, let's first talk about the Chinese character 一.
1 is an extremely simple yet profoundly meaningful Chinese character. Judging from its shape, 一 consists of only one stroke, simple yet full of power. It occupies a unique position in the Chinese character system, and many Chinese characters contain the stroke of 一. When writing 一, special attention needs to be paid to the stroke order, which should be smooth and fluent. 1 has very wide applications in Chinese. It can combine with other Chinese characters to form more than 500 words. Based on the meanings of these words, we have classified them and selected some of the most commonly used core words for each category. These core words are all the ones that Chinese people use every day. Now, let's start together.
First of all, 一 represents the number 1 and is the most basic counting unit, indicating a special number. This is the most basic usage of 一 and can also be used alone. Commonly used words are 一个 one, 一人 one person, 100 100, 1000 1000, 一万 10,000, 100万 1 million, 1000万 10 million, 一亿 100 million, and so on. 一 is often used to mean the whole, all, complete. Words like 一共 altogether, 一切 everything, 一年 a year, 一身汗 sweating all over, 一冬 a winter, 一星期 a week, 一屋子人 a room full of people, 一生 a lifetime, 一辈子 all one's life, 一小时 an hour, 一代人 a generation, 一天 a day, 一路 all the way, 一律 uniformly, and so on, all fall into this category. In fact, there are many similar usages. We just need to remember that using 一 to express all and the whole is a very common expression method.
一 can not only express the meaning of the whole, but also represent a part of the whole or an action that occurs only once. There are many corresponding words, such as 一半 half, 一时 for a while, 看一眼 take a look, 歇一歇 take a rest, 闻一闻 smell for a moment, 一刻钟 a quarter of an hour, 一次性 dispensable, 一刹那 in a flash, 一点 a little, 一度 once, 一多半 more than half, 一国两制 one country, two systems, 一箭双雕 kill two birds with one stone, 一会儿 a moment, 一些 some, and so on. What these words represent are either a part of the whole or an action that occurs only once. 一 also has the meaning of identity or basically the same, such as 一直 all the time, 一致 consistent, 一起 together, 一样 the same, 一道走 walk together, 一码事 the same thing, 一家人 family, 一条心 of one mind, 一同 together, 一并 together with, 一把抓 grab all at once, 一刀切 impose uniformity, 老一代 old generation, 下一代 next generation, 一边倒 lean to one side, 一贯 all along, 一锅粥 in a mess, 一口气 in one breath, 一连串 a succession of, 一拍即合 click immediately, 一窝蜂 in a swarm, 一心一意 wholeheartedly, and so on. These words basically reflect the unity of events.
E can also be used to represent a specific state or the degree of a certain event. Words like 一定 certain, 一步登天 reach the sky in a single bound, 一尘不染 spotless, 一锤定音 set the tune with one beat of the gong, 一步到位 reach the right position in one step, 一笔勾销 write off at one stroke, 一败涂地 suffer a crushing defeat, 一反常态 act contrary to the normal state, 一根筋 stubborn, 一呼百应 be responded to by 100 responses upon one call, 一见如故 feel like old friends at the first meeting, 一见钟情 fell in love in first sight, 一事无成 accomplish nothing, 一丝不苟 be meticulous, 一无所有 have nothing at all, 一言难尽 be hard to describe in a few words, and so on, mainly express such meanings.
E can also represent direction. Common words are 一边 one side, 一旁 a side, 一处 one place, 一端 one end, 一带 one area, 一地 one place, 一面 one side, and so on. These are all direction-related words related to E and are used relatively frequently.
E is also often used in combination with measure words and nouns to indicate the specific quantity of the noun. There are a lot of such words. Commonly used ones are 一条狗 one dog, 一只猫 one cat, 一匹马 one horse, 一条鱼 one fish, 一头牛 one cow, 一匹布 one piece of cloth, 一辆车 one car, 一座桥 one bridge, 一片海 one sea, 一把伞 one umbrella, 一棵树 one tree, 一包纸 one pack of paper, and so on. E can be combined with various measure words and nouns. As long as we master some of them, we can understand this way of word formation. Now, we have spent quite some time learning the Chinese character E1. In fact, by the same token, we can also apply the word formation method of E1 to the characters 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. This is a unique knowledge transfer ability of Chinese characters. Next, we are going to explain some special usages of 2, 3, 4, and 5, compared with the usage of character E. They are slightly different. Let's start with the character 2.
First of all, the usage of 2 and 2 are different. When they both indicate numerals, sometimes 2 is used, and sometimes 2 is used. 2 is generally used before measure words, such as 两个人 both people, 两条狗 both dogs, 两匹马 both horses. Before numerals, such as 10,000, 1, 10,000, and 100 million, 2 is also used. Such as 2000, 2,000, 2亿 200 million. When reading numbers, decimals, and fractions, 2 is also used, such as 1.2, 2/5, 2/5. When indicating ordinal numbers, 2 is also used, such as 第二 second, 二哥 second elder brother, 二叔 second uncle. When reading multi-digit numbers, 2 is also used, such as 221, 523. However, in multi-digit numbers of 10,000, 1, 10,000, and 100 million, Both 2 and 2 can be used, such as 2252, 2252, 22,000, 22,000.
Some expressions of 一 can also be used to represent 二. For example, words indicating specific numbers are 两人 two people, 两个 two, 200 200, 2000 2000, 二老 two elders, 24节气 the 24 solar terms. Special attention should be paid to asset methods of 二 and 两 here. 二 is also often used to represent sequence, as in words like 第二 second, 二审 second instance, 二流 second rate, 二婚 second marriage, 二手 second hand, 二战 World War II, 二房东 sub-landlord. In addition, 二 can also represent some special meanings. For such words, their meanings need to be understood separately. Some common ones in life are 二氧化碳 carbon dioxide, 二人转 song and dance duet, 二锅头 a kind of Chinese liquor, 二胡 a two-stringed bowed musical instrument, 二进制 binary system, 二郎腿 crossed legs. There are more than 100 words that 二 can form with other Chinese characters.
Now, let's learn about 三 together. 三 can both represent a specific number, such as 三个 3, and represent an order, such as 第三 third. It can also be combined with measure words and nouns to indicate a certain quantity, such as 三条狗 3 dogs, and 三匹马 3 horses. For such words, you can refer to the word formation methods of 一 and 二, and these methods can also be applied to the character 三.
San has a relatively special usage that is a series of words derived from 三角 triangle, such as 三角 triangle, 三角函数 trigonometric function, 三角恋爱 love triangle, 三角债 chain debt, 三角路岔口 three-forked road, 三角洲 delta. These words indicate a certain connection among three different things. In addition, there are some words with special meanings for such words. It is necessary to understand their respective meanings separately. Commonly used ones are 三级跳远 triple jump, 三叶虫 trilobite, 三思 think twice, 三文鱼 salmon, 三国 three kingdoms, 三长两短 unexpected misfortune, 三从四德 three obediences and four virtues. The number of words that San can form with other Chinese characters exceed 200.
Now, let's study 四 together. Based on the previous foundation, it's easy for us to understand that 四 can both represent a specific number and an order, and can also be combined with measure words and nouns to indicate a certain quantity. Besides these most common usages, 四 also has some words with its own special meanings, such as the following frequently used words: 四合院 quadrangle courtyard, 四不像 neither fish not fall, 四两拨千斤 leveraging a little force to move a big one, 四面楚歌 be besieged with criticism from all sides, 四舍五入 running off.
And the situation of 五 is similar. It can represent a specific number and order and can be combined with measure words and nouns to indicate quantity. Some special usages of the character 五 also need to be understood by everyone, such as 五彩缤纷 colorful, 五大三粗 big and tall, 五官 five sense organs, 五湖四海 all corners of the land, 五花肉 streaky pork, 五金 hardware, 五粮液 a kind of liquor, 五体投地 admire someone with the utmost respect, 五味杂陈 with mixed feelings. Other common words related to 五 are the same as the previous word formation methods.
The above are the 5 Chinese characters learned today. Now, we have also specially produced short video content for each lesson. You can see many short videos starting with GS. Through these contents, you can learn the core words of each Chinese character, which almost cover all the words we use in daily life.
Now, let's take a look at today's 4 basic strokes, which are 点 dot, 提 raising stroke, 横折 horizontal turning stroke, and 横撇 horizontal falling stroke. These 4 strokes are all used when writing Chinese characters. And Chinese characters are composed of these different strokes. Therefore, if you want to learn Chinese characters well, you must practice these basic strokes. We have produced a copybook for these strokes. You need to print them out and constantly imitate their writing method. The above is all the content for today. Welcome to follow our shorts content to learn the core words of each Chinese character. These words will help you learn each Chinese character very solidly and comprehensively. Looking forward to your completion of the homework. If you are not clear about how to submit the homework, you can also seek help by email. Completing the homework with high quality is the basis for you to learn Chinese. See you!